All right, here are my picks for Fight Night Fiziev versus Torres or Baku or whatever it's called. Um, we're gonna start off with Bexat versus Gene. There's a fight before this, but they're nobodies. I'm gonna go Bexat on this one. Um, Gene is not that impressive to me. He had a split decision or very close decision with Miles Johns. He had a close fight with Farid Basharat, but Farid Basharat's like questionable. He hasn't really fought any good comp, so we don't know how good he actually is. Um, and his cardio just seemed really bad that time. Like before like the third round, he looked better, just convincingly better than Matsumoto. But yeah, that third round Matsumoto definitely won, and it was just due to cardio and pressure. Gene Matsumoto does have good pressure. He's got good cardio. He's good everywhere. Like he's very balanced. He's got good wrestling, good jiu-jitsu, good striking. Doesn't really have a lot of power. Defensively, not that good. He kind of just gets hit. And I don't know. He has nothing special about him. Um, Besides the fact that he's like 23, he's like really young. But Beksat, on the other hand, has dropped Umar Nurmagomedov, has gotten a KO, and then lost to Alexandre Topuria, who is like one of the most sound fighters to ever exist. Like not to ever exist, but currently, like he's very sound. Like he's got good striking, insane wrestling, probably top five wrestling right now, or not maybe not top five, but it's up there. And good jujitsu. Like he's pretty much Topuria. He's pretty much Ilya Topuria, his brother, but more grounded. Like he's not fishing for KOs. Like he doesn't care about the spotlight. Is kind of the sense I get from his brother. Like, and he's not as combo heavy. Like he's just pressure, get the takedowns, swing these haymakers. And yeah, dude, Beksat was looking pretty good in those first two rounds. Like he was obviously like he was losing, but he was in there. The third round it looked kind of rough, but I mean, yeah. But dude, yeah, I think Beksat's just way better. Not way better, but I think he's better. I think he's more dangerous. And I don't think Gene Matsumoto is really going to be able to get a grappling fest on Beksat. I think he's good enough on the ground. If you're going to a decision with Umar, you're good enough on the ground to survive Gene Matsumoto and get up enough to win rounds. So yeah, I'm gonna go Beksat by decision. I think Matsumoto's kind of a blockhead. I think he's got a solid chin on him. So yeah, I'm gonna go Beksat by decision. Daniil Doncheko is gonna win by pride knockout. This is a nobody. Um, I think these guys are both not that good at all. Javier Reyes actually got dropped in his last fight, I'm pretty sure, or something like that. He didn't look that good, and he was like way bigger than his opponent, from what I remember. And Konofsky got a robbery decision versus Ieza, like probably the worst robbery I've ever seen. Like that was really bad. Like he clearly lost, probably 30-27. Yeah, Konofsky's not that good anywhere, to be honest. But Javier Reyes, I don't think he's very good either. I'm gonna go Javier Reyes just because I think he can KO Konofsky. Yeah, he that's the one thing he does have. He actually is like sort of dangerous, I guess. Like he does have good finishing ability, and I think he's good enough everywhere to not just get like I don't think he can get smudged by Konofsky. Is basically what I'm saying. I think he's good enough on the ground to not get smudged. So I don't have Javier Reyes by second round KO or TKO. Um, I think this one's really clear. I think Ruzaboyev is probably actually going to get it done in the first round. He usually does. He's only ever lost to Joaquin Buckley. And Joaquin Buckley wrestled him, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, he's huge for middleweight. He's hits like a truck. He's really good. Yeah, he's just a really good striker. And Polyev doesn't have the grappling prowess to really, I think, defeat Ruzaboyev here. And I don't think he's good enough on the feet to really stand a chance. Like, he's good on the feet. He's defensively very good on the feet, but that's about it. Like, just imagine, like, him versus a Gautier. A Gautier, yes, Andre Polyev survived, but was he ever really doing anything besides, like, low kicking? Maybe getting the occasional jab? No. And I don't think Gautier is that hard to hit. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to go Ruzaboyev by first round knockout. Okay, I got the hiccups right now. Julius Walker's really bad. He's actually not that bad, but he's nerfed by his like horrible chin. He's got a really, really, really bad chin, like horrible chin. Like he's getting dropped by. He's the only person that went in the ring with Rafael Sequeira and made Rafael Sequeira look actually like a fighter. Because Rafael Sequeira dropped him. Julius Walker actually has really good wrestling. That's it. Not very good striking. He's really flat on his feet. But he is big, and he's got good takedowns, and he's got good top pressure, but he doesn't really do much with it. But Abdul is literally better everywhere. Like, everywhere. It's disgusting. Oh, Jesus. Way better takedowns. I think he's going to be so aggressive. I think this is literally going to be a minute KO. I think he's so aggressive at the start that he's going to just, if he touches Julius Walker's chin at the start, Julius Walker's going to die. And I think Abdul's maybe not, they're probably similar level of wrestling from what I've seen. If not, Julius Walker might actually be a little bit better at just pure wrestling, maybe not grappling, but just wrestling. But dude, on the feet, it's a night and day. Abdul should definitely win this by murder in the first minute. I don't really know these. I know Eric Nolan. He's not that good, but I don't really know this guy, so I'm not gonna give my opinion. Let me look at Abus's recent matches because I think he's actually been doing all right. Lost to Joe Pyfer, but Joe Pyfer's pretty good. Went to decision with Michel Pereira. Beat Bruno Ferreira. That's a good win. Dude, I don't know. I don't know, actually. The Bruno Ferreira win makes him look pretty good. But Mikhail Zaishuk is actually improving. He's getting better. He's got good power. He's got good boxing, good power. He's not the greatest on the ground. But I think Abu should win. Should he, though? Joe Pyfer clipped him and then submitted him, so it's different. No, yeah, I think Abus is going to win. Maybe by decision, maybe by sub, I'm not sure. But I think he should get it done. I think he's good enough. I think he's good enough on the ground to get it to the ground, or he has good enough wrestling to get it to the ground. Because Mikhail's not very good on the ground at all. And his takedown defense is even iffy. And Abus is bigger. He's fought better comp, too. Yeah, I think Abus is going to win, but this is like the most... This is a more 50-50 than the odds suggest, in my opinion. But yeah, I think Abus is probably better. And Mikhail didn't look that impressive versus the last guy he fought. I don't remember his name, but he's not good. Like, Mikhail won, but he should have KO'd the guy. Yeah, so I'm going to go Abus on this by sub in the first or second, I guess. But not very confident on that. Ikram versus Bruno. This is another really 50-50 fight. Dude, I really want to pick Bruno here. I think Bruno's. Dude, I don't know. No, I'm gonna go Ikram. I think Ikram's technically better on the feet. He definitely has better wrestling and grappling. And they're both of their chins are kind of suspect. Like I know Bruno just got KO'd by RoboCop, and RoboCop hits like a truck, but I don't know, man. But Ikram got KO'd by Whitaker. Yeah, I don't know. I think the only guarantee of this fight is that I think it definitely ends in TKO on one of the sides, or KO, or just finish in general. But I think Ikram's technically probably better everywhere. But dude, I don't know. Bruno Ferreira's power is a serious threat. Ikram doesn't hit that hard. Yeah, I'm gonna go Ikram by third round TKO. Yeah. But this is actually a really good fight. Okay, Oscar Alvarez versus Charles Johnson, one of the most overrated fighters in the history of the UFC. Charles Johnson has 2 fluke wins versus 2 top 5 guys, one being the champion, Joshua Van. It's a complete fluke. Joshua Van beats him literally every other day. He beats him 99 out of 100 times, and Loner Kavanaugh just gassed himself out. Like, that's really it. Charles Johnson can beat you if you're like like a rookie that hasn't experienced mixed martial arts to its fullest yet. But dude, if you look, every time he fights, brutalized by Alex Perez, arguably lost to Bruno Silva, and look at what Edgar Chairez just did to Bruno Silva. Charles Johnson, he's not that dangerous. The only thing he's good for is cardio and being really tall and big for the division. But yeah, I think Aslam Abayev is going to run a grappling clinic on him and probably sub him in the second or third round. And Aslam Abayev actually has pretty good hands. He's not dangerous at all on feet. Like, you never have to worry about a KO threat. But he's actually pretty good on the feet. And he's got really good clutch factor, surprisingly. And his win versus Jose Ochoa is aging really well. And I think Jose Ochoa is just a way better version of Charles Johnson. Even in the takedown defense department, I think he's probably better than Charles Johnson. I'm gonna be honest. Maybe not takedown defense, but no, man, Charles Johnson's not that good to me. I think he's overrated, like really overrated. And also, Mavive is genuinely really good. I think he beats a lot of people. I think he's like a really solid contender in flyweight. Do I think he ever becomes champ? No. Do I even think he's probably top 5? No. But he is genuinely like right outside that top 5 spot. And I think he has a competitive fight with a lot of people in that top 5 area. So, yeah. I saw Mabayev by second or third round submission. I'm going to go Sadikov. I don't really know much about the Camilo guy. Sadikov looks kind of bad in his last fight versus ZM, but he's the favorite, so I'll go with him. I think Michel Pereira is really bad, and I actually think he lost versus Zach Reese. I think he's really chinny. He's really chinny, no cardio, no really technique. He's got a good straight. That's about it. And he's pretty tall, I guess, but he's not even that tall for middleweight. But yeah, dude, Sharp Bullet's actually a really good striker. He doesn't really have a lot of power, but he's creative on the feet. He's fast. He's good at getting points. And he definitely has good enough grappling for it not to be a threat. Yeah, I think Char just kind of like probably just goes to a decision. No, I think he could actually finish Michel Pereira. I'm gonna go third round TKO for Shar Magomedov. He's good. He's a good striker. And I think that's all you need to be Michel Pereira. Fiziev versus Torres. For this being the main event, it's kind of like it's not really a good main event, to be honest. But I think I have Fiziev in this. I don't think Torres is technical enough on the feet to hang with Fiziev. I think Fiziev he's like one caliber below an elite striker. Like elite strikers are Topuria, Rufy, Gaethje. Those are your like top 3 in lightweight currently. Fiziev's right outside that. He'll compete with like trying to. Fiziev would actually have a really competitive fight with Max Holloway, I guess. Max Holloway is in the elite, but he doesn't have the pop or the like danger on the feet. And like Fiziev's actually a good matchup for like Fiziev versus Holloway would actually be a really good fight. But Fiziev actually has a really bad resume. But Torres has like, dude, you fought Grant Dawson, who's like the chiniest guy besides Pacino Dariush in the lightweight division. But he did show good fight IQ there. But I just don't think he's technically good enough to put Fiziev out. Is really what this comes down to. I think you have to genuinely be better to put Fiziev out, and you have to have insane. Like I think Rufy is the best striker in the lightweight division. Better than Topuria, better than Gaethje. It's just his takedown defense kind of sucks. But I don't think Manuel Torres is this world beater that people are kind of hyping him up to be. And I don't know. I rate Fiziev pretty highly. I think he's all around really good. I just don't think the only flaw about Fiziev is that he doesn't have enough power to command respect. Like, that's the only thing that's wrong with. That's the only like real flaw you can put out in Fiziev's game. And I don't know, dude. I don't think Torres is capable of catching him within 5 rounds. I don't think so. And we also don't know how good his cardio is going to be. Fiziev is going to have good enough cardio, I think. He's going to have better cardio than Torres. And yeah, I don't know. I think Fiziev is. I don't know. I think he's just better. So yeah, those are my picks. It's actually a pretty like well-rounded card with a lot of like actually pretty good names. If you watch the UFC, main event kind of sucks. Like it's a good fight, but no name value. Like 11 versus 15, like whatever. This doesn't mean anything for the lightweight division. Honestly, arguably the most important fight on this are these two. The Almabaya versus Johnson and Ikram versus Ferreira are probably the two most important, like actually, but yeah. So yeah, my picks are Beckset by 3rd round TKO, or 2nd or 3rd round TKO. Doncheko by probably 1st round knockout. Reyes by 2nd round TKO. Ruzaboyev by 1st round TKO or KO. Abdul Rahman Yakyayev by 1-minute murder. Boost Magomedov probably by 2nd or 3rd round submission. Ikram by TKO in the 2nd or 3rd. Almabayev by 2nd or 3rd round submission. Sadikov by something, or probably by decision. Magomedov by 3rd round TKO, and Fiziev by decision. So yeah, those are my picks for Fight Night Baku.